She's in the house.
She's got your room.
Aye.
So it could be the end of like tenant farms as we know it, sort of thing. So hope it's not going to happen anyway. I can repeat it as many times like I've got unlimited time.
How do you have unlimited time? No, you've got 2 minutes. Right.
Yeah, it's Ibeen.
You're so
It's just Ibeen. All right, it's Ibeen.
You're so good at just sounding like
If you say it with confidence.
I know.
I've been Cammy,
I've been Iona.
and we are all fed
Fed
by
by
farmers.
Hello and I'm joking.
You doing it?
No,
There you go.
no, it's only a joke.
Hello and welcome to the Fed by Farmers podcast with me, Cammy Wilson.
And me, Iona Murray.
This week we have got a roundup of Lanark top sales and O'Malley, where Crystalyx, Iona's family farm, had a booming couple of days. That's about 30 years in a row now they've been going well. So they're on a steady run. I'm also got to catch up on what's happening this week, including me looking forward to the Scottish Farming Awards. But first, Iona, do your bit.
Thank you to our sponsors, Crystalyx and Tracesure by Animax. Cammy has been bolusing lots of sheep.
Yeah, no, that's all my YouTube videos are for the next wee while, is just me bolusing sheep. I was taking my jacket off there for anyone wondering what's happening in the background. Yeah, bolusing them. Doddle, nice little small boluses. Check out my YouTube if you want to see that in action.
Oh, look at you plugging yourself.
If you're into that, that's vulgar, Iona. That is vulgar. All right. It's a family podcast.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't get the reference. So yeah, and also Crystalyx. Yeah, I had the tup out early this year.
Yeah.
We've got a shed for lambing. So we are going to lamb a few early, just because in March we're usually a bit kind of bone idle because scanning's finished and I'm sitting twiddling my thumbs waiting for lambing to start.
It'll keep you out of here.
Yeah, so I thought let's just lamb for 10 weeks this year.
Yeah, why not? It was so good last year.
It was such a laugh.
What?
Such a laugh
Good
last year.
times.
Let's lamb for even
Good
longer.
times.
So yes, thanks to them for supporting us. The podcast wouldn't happen each week without them on board. If you want to support the podcast, come up to Christmas now. Great time for us to do a little push on the merch. Do check out the website, fedbyfarmers.co.uk. Have a look at the clothing that's there. Represent in style is the tagline. I like that.
Did you come up with that?
No, I think that might have been ours. Represent in style. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice.
So let's do a little roundup of this incredible trade at these Blackface sales. Now, some of you, I imagine a lot of you will have seen the video I did from Lanark. Very much heavily following Crystalyx and Iona's dad John, who's been a guest on the podcast, and Alan Blackwood as well from Old House Burn, who's been a guest. I'm working on getting the Midlock boys in.
They'd be great.
It'd be good if we could get someone in from Midlock. I have messaged Ben to see if if we can make that happen, because they were the three big names that had a great go. Dyke as well, to be fair, had won at 55,000, another big name in the Blackie world. So how was it?
Amazing. So good.
Tell us about your prices and how it all went. Talk us through it. To the non-sheep farmer and who doesn't know about Lanark, tell us what happened.
So we took 5 lambs. So they were all off Titan, a lamb that Dad kept last year. And yeah, he'd been sort of nervous in the lead up to the sales, obviously, because he really liked the lambs. But then we've said before, like, you don't know what happens until you're there. But it totally exceeded all expectations.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think the best thing about that is I'm trying to explain about before it, it's a big circle. The folk spend a fortune and then breed these lambs that make a lot, whereas like Iona's dad just kept a homebred tup and tupped a few ewes with it and did 140 grand. In fact, more, I'm talking nonsense. He did 100, and just at Lanark he did 160 odd grand, 160k. But he did spend a bit. He spent about 20. So he only had 140,000 to take home from Lanark, less commission. Let's call it 130 grand for his day's work. But it's not a day's work.
No,
there'd be 2 or 3 days getting them ready.
And Matt does that.
I know he's got a guy for that. So we cut a week. Let's say a week. Let's set aside a week for the 100 grand. Because obviously the ewes would have lambed themselves. And it is interesting though. The first tup in the 2, he'd won at 65, one at 60, one at 40, I think, and one at 1,000, which was the absolute bargain of the day. Like, I nearly bought that just because, like, this has to be a good investment, surely. Surely I could just take this to O'Malley tomorrow and do a turn on it. But yeah, the one at 60 and the one at 65 were like twins out of the same ewe.
Yeah.
Like, so they've been reared as twins. Your dad told me the story, really interesting. I was on the phone to you, I was speaking, and he was on the hands-free.
Yeah, that's right.
And saying, he saw him at lambing time, and because the weather had been so bad, he just, quite often he would split a really good top lamb off and leave the ewe run with one.
Yep.
Just so that it's big and strong and it gets all the nutrients for the mother and really spoiled, I suppose. But because lambing had been so bad, by the time he got a right look at them in the better weather, they were already that kind of big and strong, and he just left them to it.
Yeah.
And look at that. She's some yow.
I know. She's in the house.
She's got your room. I like that. So yeah, she's going to be well looked after. I don't think we're going to see. Well, you never know. We're going to see her in a draft sale, or is that one of the ones they would keep forever?
No, he would keep her forever.
Yeah.
Bury in the garden.
But plant a tree. Damn right, 130 grand in 1 year. Like, it's not a bad return for my yow.
I know.
A Blackie yow. I need to find out more about that, actually, about what age she is and all that. That'd be a good wee insert.
Yeah. The ins and the outs.
Yeah, absolutely. So, because you won't know, that's for sure.
Yeah, I do.
All right, on you go. What age was she? Say it with confidence. She was a 4-crop off a 200,000 hurdler. Off a 32,000 August-born yow or something like that.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
You just make up as you go along. I love the Blackies. It's just great crack. So yeah, what a sale though. Like the wholesale average, I think just under £8,000 per head.
Yeah.
Like, it was mad. Although there were some big prices, Allen got 65,000, Dyke had won at 55, Midluck had won at 60 or maybe 2 at 60. Oh, they had a crazy sale as well. Midluck always do well, right enough. It's just, to be fair, all the names we're talking about always do well. Like, when did your dad last have a bad year?
Well,
exactly. Before Iona was born. That time he told a great story in the podcast about the time he got 25 quid for his lambs, but what you don't know is, ever since then, he only has that one story. Ever since then, the only way he's been up for Chris Flat. So I think the only way he's down now, right enough. Like,
I know, how do you? Yeah, you don't beat that.
I was going to say, you need to go some to beat that. Like,
yeah, I know. It's just, I just felt so happy for him.
And we have to give a shout out to our friends at Upper Wellwood, who then actually beat everybody and got £70,000 at Dalmally the next day.
Unbelievable.
The Dunlops at Upper Wellwood, shout out to them, because they're great folk, like, and quite a story. And it is all those big Midlock obviously isn't Muirkirk, but yourself, Allhouseburn, you're just over the wall. Upper Wellwood's just along the road.
Yeah.
Andy Woodburn was there for Netherwood as well.
Yep.
Who was on the podcast a couple of weeks ago selling. We featured him in the vlog. It's just a good buzz, good community.
Yeah, it is.
But looking forward, that's the Blackies. No, we still get Fort William, I think.
Yeah, we don't sell at that.
No, but Fort William's the kind of last big sale and piss up of the year, I think.
Party.
And then it's back to like Tups out. It's kind of like a reset after this for any sheep farmers out there. It's like you get the breeding sales out the way, all the Tup sales out the way. They're all coming to an end now, and the Swaleys are finishing off. They're kind of later again, and then it's reset, and the farming calendar starts again with the Tups going out. Certainly the sheep farming calendar. I don't know when the arable calendar starts again. I suppose it starts when the plough goes, but for us, it's this time of year, and it's terrifying.
We go again.
It's terrifying to think it's just flown round.
I know, straight into it.
Yeah, I mean we're at the end of October now.
I know.
So that's like the first month of winter done. Like, we really take winter in the sheep world as like October to March. Like 6 months, October to March, because that's generally when your wintering will run from, if you're lucky. More and more these days it finishes sort of January, February, but for me thinking it's like, right, we need to get through these 6 months. The first 2 or 3 are quite easy because there's plenty of grass about, and there's still a little mildness, so the grass still creeps. Then you get to December, end of December, January, February, and it can be pretty grim. Grass is getting shorter. Quite often you need to go out with a bite of feed to the ewes or whatever, start carrying feeding to them. But once you get towards the end of February, you don't get any more grass, but you get longer days and a wee bit more optimism because you think, I'm nearly there.
The end is near.
Yeah. Once you're in March, you can suffer the last, usually, if you might be lucky, get some spring growth, but more and more so, it's getting a bit later. It's just mentally, you're like, we're here.
Yeah.
We've done it.
Yeah.
Even for me, partly when you get past that shortest day in December, like I always feel the shortest day comes quite quick, because what you haven't realised is that the days have been getting shorter since June.
Yes. Yeah. Even though it's still light till pretty late now.
Yeah, like, well, don't get me wrong, it is wrapping up fast and rapidly.
Do the clock
gets
change
quicker.
this weekend?
Oh, good point.
I'm sure it's the last weekend in October.
Well, it definitely is, but is this the last weekend in October? It is. There goes the clock. So you fall back, so we get an extra
hour in the morning.
No, we lose an hour into it when it falls back. No, fall back, you get an extra hour. Yeah.
Extra hour in the morning.
Okay.
That's so daylight earlier, darker earlier.
Yes. I think that's all to do with kids going to school. Was that not the idea of it?
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was like so kids could go to school and get home in the daylight.
No, because it's darker earlier.
Yeah, but they're finishing at 3:30.
Sorry, yeah.
So like it's so that they can still get
home.
Well, it's always going to be light when they come home, or lightish. But it was about getting them to school when it was light.
And why do they change the clocks?
Yeah, I think that's literally what I just said. What? I literally just said why they change it.
That's the only reason they ever change the clocks is for kids to get home in the light. No, because then why would they change it? Why did they change it later on? Spring forward? Why are we springing forward then?
To put it back to where it should be.
Then who's saying that's where it should be?
The gods.
Oh, of course.
Zeus.
Sorry.
Have you not read the Bible? Have you not? No. No, it's something to do with Brian Cox and the stars and all that. It's to say where the time is.
Right.
Yeah, it's I been.
It's
just I been. All right, it's I been.
You're so good at just sounding like
if you say it with confidence.
I know.
But I don't even know if that's why the clocks go back.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know if it is actually to do with the schools.
It's definitely not, is it?
Right, I'm googling it.
Okay.
I just wonder.
Actually,
sometimes I know things and I just don't know why I know them.
Reduce the risk of fly strike and livestock irritation at grass with Crystalyx garlics. Flies and midges are a constant pest to livestock throughout the summer and are responsible for diseases such as summer mastitis, pink eye, blue tongue and Schmallenberg. No repellent is 100% effective in the fight against airborne biting insects. However, Crystalyx garlics can play an important part in reducing the number of flies that land on livestock. Containing concentrated garlic extract, 5 times more potent than pure dried garlic, Crystalyx garlics offers a natural defense to biting insects, with the high sulfur compounds in garlic acting as a natural insect repellent. With a full complement of vitamins, minerals, and trace elements, Crystalyx garlics balances the known deficiencies in forage while stimulating the rumen for enhanced animal performance. Make the switch this summer to research-proven Crystalyx garlics.
Okay, so we have just had a quick look up on the old Tinternet about absolute nonsense. You know, we like to fact check the nonsense we talk in the podcast, and I'm talking nonsense.
Okay, go on.
Believe it or not, it was first put forward to Parliament by a builder. I mean, it was initially touted back in like 1895 by a New Zealand scientist that the clock should go forward by 2 hours every summer, but he wasn't successful. And the idea really took off when a builder called William Willett, who just so happens to be the great-great-grandfather of Coldplay frontman Chris Martin.
What?
A builder campaigned, and this is where it gets ridiculous, it's nothing to do with building, campaigned in Britain to change the clocks. It's thought he was annoyed that his golfing would be interrupted by the sun going down, so he wanted to change the law to make sure he would get more light in the evening.
No way.
Yeah. Does that work?
Because spring forward, you get more light in the spring at night.
Yeah, because it does say that. They thought it was unproductive to be sleeping through daylight. Because obviously it's daylight at 4 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. in summer.
That makes sense.
So it's not actually the clocks are... So it's when the clocks go back, they must go back to their proper time.
Yep. So now...
So right now they're actually forward from where they should be.
They're forward an hour. Yeah.
That's interesting. I always thought it was... So actually we're just going back to the normal time in the winter.
Yep.
The summer's just to give us... Because it makes more sense. Like, it would be daft if, like...
I can't believe it's as recent as that.
Yeah, well,
I suppose time won't
have... It's 120 years.
But time won't have been around forever.
Clocks and that? No, I don't... Yeah. Right, I'm not looking it up.
Right, come on.
When did we start looking at clocks? But that's interesting. I bet loads of folk didn't know that because I didn't know that. Not because I didn't know that, but like...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I can't believe that. I mean, that's on the BBC. No, that means it's true, but it's on the BBC website saying that that's why it was, because his golfing was getting interrupted. So, but I get there's a wee bit at the bottom there saying that other nations or the New Zealand scientist that put it forward was that he thinks it's daft that he slept through 2 hours
of daylight.
You're sleeping through so much daylight in the morning because you know what it's like in the summer. It's light from like 4:30.
Yeah, and then it's dark.
Well, yeah, and it's it's dark at 10:30 or whatever. But that's only when you.
Yeah, but that's in the height of summer.
That's where you putting the clocks forward.
Yep.
So maybe we should go forward a couple more hours. Mm-hmm. But not be better if it was light till like 1 a.m.
Why?
Yeah, good point. I'd rather start at 4:30 than work till 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, got you. I'm just thinking more for the tractor guys.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, it makes no difference.
You've got lights.
No, because like they have to wait for. Like it's not actually the time that affects the sort of tractor arable guys. It's the dryness. It's like the morning dew and the waiting for silage and all that stuff. It's about the moisture in the morning. So clocks don't matter to them. It's all about that.
I wonder how it all. Sorry, let's move on.
Is that enough? I don't mind. No, but I think it's interesting.
No, I was just going to say. I wonder, with flights and stuff, how it works for pilots in the sky, like giving their instructions about time when it changes, and maybe one time zone it has changed as they're flying over it. Let's leave
We should have left it. Yeah, we absolutely should have left it. Yeah, you were right. You're right. We should have went off of it before you said that. You did. You knew yourself.
I knew myself.
You should have been stronger with it.
It was like my windscreen story.
Let's talk about the Scottish Agriculture Awards, which are happening or have happened last night. As this comes out, we'll film an update on that next week. I'll try and get some clips from it to share with you.
I can't wait.
If I can. I am hosting it again this year. Very excited to say. I think it's incredible. It's the only awards show, farming awards show in the UK, as far as I'm aware, that has a farmer as the presenter.
Wow. So, who does the one down south?
There's two down south. It's a kind of weird thing there because there's like 2 British farming awards.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know what the story is, but so one is Vernon Kay. Yeah. Random. But listen, speaks very positive. It was good. He was like all about meat eating and love our farmers, which is great.
Great.
And the other one is the guy off of that programme on the BBC called Divorce. He was quite good. Wait, and I'll just look it up. Oh, The Split. It wasn't Divorce.
Oh, The Split. I watched The Split.
The Split. Yeah. It's the same thing, isn't it? Have you seen The Split?
Yes.
It's quite good, actually. I like that. Is it Nicola Walker? She the main. Hannah Stern. Nicola Walker. She's the main actress. Stephen Mangan.
What one is that? Let me see. Oh yeah. Recognise him.
I think it was him that was the awards host. I seen pictures. I'm sure it was him.
Right, random.
So I think he did Farmers Weekly.
Right, okay.
And Vernon Kay did Farmers Guardian one.
Okay. So how do you feel like
Vernon Kay, Stephen Mangan, and then it's Cammy Wilson doing the Scottish Farming Awards.
Will you get nervous about that? Or will you be okay?
No, I won't get nervous as such. I don't mind public speaking. What I hate is I joke about this sometimes. Like I'm actually quite good at public speaking, but I'm terrible at private writing.
Okay.
So like I'm terrible at sitting down and writing out a speech and doing the bit that's involved in that. I'm much better at just winging it. And
well, I remember that was last year. What would that be for? And you were in here for ages writing stuff up. You were literally in for so long and you were stressed out. You'd left it to the last minute and then you went and then you didn't even you text when you were like, I've not even used any of the stuff I wrote.
Yeah, it was the thing at the Scottish Parliament thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like I wrote this dead serious thing about, food security and all this, and then I got there and I'm like, just being serious isn't really me. So I just made some jokes and said actually farming's quite good now, don't mess it up. Yeah. But that positivity is good when it comes to the awards show.
Yes.
Because then we can say that, farming's in a good spot. Farming in Scotland in particular is in a good spot just now. Arable guys are maybe squeezed a little bit. There's no maybe about it. They're definitely getting squeezed a bit at the moment, as Martin said in the podcast. Milk's climbing a little bit again. Beef's strong. Sheep is strong. Don't know anything about pigs or chickens, but I never hear those guys complaining. So yeah, hopefully everybody's in a pretty good spot. And now the big worry is just the budget. Like, what's going to happen with that and how that's going to affect us, as we said with Martin. But he's optimistic. I'm optimistic. Yeah. I listened to the Farmers Weekly podcast this week, a good podcast, and the NFU president of England, Martin's counterpart for the English side of things, and he made good points about just how much carnage it would be if they do go ahead with this, agricultural property relief, this inheritance tax thing on farms. And
what is that?
It basically, farms are currently protected.
Okay.
From inheritance tax.
Yep.
Okay, so they can be passed down to the next generation without inheritance tax.
Yep.
But there's rumours and gossip and people speculating that Labour would look to change that.
Right, okay.
And add an inheritance tax on it.
That's insane.
Yeah, and basically, the biggest thing would be, it looks like it'd be like for tenant farmers, like, because like these landowners that have this as this asset, and all of a sudden it's not such an like if they die, well, if they die, they've got all this tax they pay on it. So tenants are going to have to be put out to sell the farm to pay the tax. So it could be the end of like tenant farms as we know it, sort of thing. So yeah, I think it could be real turmoil. I'm going to stick with Martin's, kind of look at things and be positive and say it's not going to happen. Hope it's not going to happen anyway.
Do you know, somebody made a point to me at the sales, and it was about how, do you know, quite often we speak about New Zealand lamb on the podcast and what they're getting, but then their point was, on average, a New Zealand sheep farm is 10 times as big or whatever as a UK. So it's like supply and demand. So the farmers, it's just different farming systems.
What's the point?
Well, they'll still be making as much money, if not more, than UK farmers.
No.
Okay.
Definitely not. Not definitely, but I know definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely.
I think their point was maybe they're just not as worse off as what has been said. And when he said it, I thought, to be fair, I hadn't considered the size of the farm having an impact of what they're bringing in.
They do a lot more large scale things, and lower input is a big thing with them, but I mean, you say lower input, every lamb's still to be dosed, every lamb's still to be tailed and handled at some point, everything's still to be shown. They probably have easier lambing sheep, they've bred better for genetics because they've had to, because their margins have been tight. They're probably a lot more efficient than we are. Like in the UK in general, we work with the sheep we like, not the sheep that's best.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? We pick the sheep we want to use, and we use that sheep. There is some farmers that are using the sheep that are certainly on their place they think is the best, but a lot of folk just love that sheep, as we've discussed plenty of times. Whereas New Zealand, there's very few breeds. You've got Romneys, you've got Merinos, and you've got some crosses in between, but it's all about being productive. Nobody's like to use the Blackies. Like, nobody in New Zealand cares what the head looks like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Texels is, we have lots of breeds here in the UK. We look at the head. Like in New Zealand, that's probably the last thing they look at. And they have got bigger scale and a lot of things, but no, there's no way it's 70 pounds a head that they're doing as well as us.
Okay.
No chance.
I just thought bring it to the table.
No, listen, if you're a New Zealand farmer, do let us know. Like, I'm always very pro New Zealand farmers, as I've said on here before, and same with that argument about the lamb in the market, the supermarket. Like, it doesn't have, our lamb price is good. I have no complaints. It keeps people eating lamb.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I would say,
stops people going away from lamb. If there's lamb in there that's affordable on the shelf, well, we're still getting a premium for ours going into Europe, so long may it continue. But no, there's no chance that's the case.
Okay.
As I think about it.
Okay. We also had another big news this weekend.
We as in...
The family.
Oh, yeah, go and tell us.
Yes, my sister having her baby.
Yes. She had a baby.
Baby boy.
A baby boy. What's the name?
Boy.
You told me, James.
Rory John.
John, that's right, your dad's name. Yeah, that's nice. Good way to keep him sweet for the inheritance, isn't it? I'll be guaranteed anyway. Why are they sucking up? So she's went Rory John. You're going to have to reel up the game.
Murray. I'm going to call mine Murray.
Murray. Okay, yeah, that's good. So my sister's boy is called Wilson.
That's right, yeah. That's a lovely way to keep the name.
Idea.
What is it?
Yeah, because I was like, I think it'd be nice, like, it's not got her surname, but it'd be nice to have a touch of that there. So it's Wilson Calder is his name.
I think if I got married, I would want to keep, I would just make Murray my middle name.
So like go double barreled?
No, just make it my middle name.
Okay. What is your middle name now?
I don't have one.
Oh, that's good. So Iona Murray.
Whatever.
Johnston or whatever. Yeah, okay. And then Murray's great. Murray's a great name.
I know. That's why I would be really sad.
Murray.
Also, I don't want to give it up for like a crap name.
Murray. It's a good, strong name.
Then what if I marry somebody that's got
Murray Johnston could be.
Why are you writing to Johnston? Who is Johnston?
I don't want to, I can't pick a name that I know, so it has to be, it's a random name. I couldn't think of anyone. Murray Johnston.
Yeah.
Strong name.
That is strong.
Okay. So that's that. But yeah, you'll need to go big on the sucking up with your kids' names.
Yeah, just Murray.
Just John Murray Johnson. That's weird now. You can't John Johnson. No, sorry, John. I know John Johnson. I know. Sorry, John. Oh, imagine calling your kid that. His dad's John as well, so he'll be like, well, that's why John Murray. Does your dad come from a long line of John Murrays?
Yep, it goes John James, and Dad never told my mum, and then they called my brother David.
You're joking.
Literally broke the tradition. No,
That's
he never
terrible.
told my mum.
Aye, there you go. Ah, well.
So they made
these
him
things
David
happen.
James.
David James, the ex-England goalkeeper. Fascinating. So, congratulations to her. All happy and healthy, but wait, was he?
£8.15.
Just a wee thing. Aye, that's nice.
Compared to yours, that's actually quite a big baby.
Oh, hi. As my dad always used to say, you can't breed rats off of mice.
What weight were you when you were born?
Oh, I don't know. Probably something like that. I don't know. No, but whenever I used to go places with my dad, obviously I was very tall when I was younger. Well, I still am tall, but I grew fast. Thought we'd go, oh, he's some size. Your boy's some size now. And my father does go, aye, you can't breed rats off of mice. I just thought it was so funny.
I don't really get it.
Polite laughter. So
You know what's funny? You've definitely said that on this before. And
I mean, is that right? You
Yeah.
just don't. Oh, like a rat.
yeah,
It's obviously a different animal, right? But what my dad's saying is that him and my mum are rat. So it's a weird one because you're almost like slagging yourself, but also making it the point that you're bigger and stronger than the mice, who is everyone who doesn't have a child that's big.
right, okay.
You know? So my dad's almost slagging the person that says it a wee bit.
Right.
Not slagging them, but kind of,
Can't, like, as in he's a rat himself.
Aye. So
Like,
you're kind
he's
of
a big, strong rat.
Well, you're also kind of slagging yourself by referring to yourself as a rat.
Right,
It kind of
okay.
works on loads of fronts.
Yeah,
Folk
yeah.
can't get upset by it because you're kind of saying like
You're a rat.
You're a rat, but a rat's a lot bigger and stronger than a mouse.
Yeah, okay.
And that's his thing. Can't breed rats off a mice. So he's also slagging me as well,
Yeah.
like because you're saying you're a rat.
You're right. Yeah, okay.
It's multifaceted.
Oh, it's a
that
good
one,
yeah.
but I just liked it.
That's good.
You can't breed rats off a mice.
Yeah, it's good.
A good one.
Like, do you think they must, like, have, I just feel like Scottish people just have more sayings than other people. Do you know, like...
But the problem with that is, like, you've been here your whole life. Obviously, all the sayings you hear or most of the sayings you hear are Scottish. Give me another one.
It's a valid point.
Give me another one.
Um,
Is a common one in this room, but another one.
I'd say like a lot as well.
Do you? Aye, someone commented on that. I don't notice that one, but
I noticed in the last one.
what's another one? What's for you, I'll no go by you?
Lag me your lum reek. I love that one.
That's a good one.
I really
That's a
like
good
that one.
Yeah. What does that mean to people that aren't from Scotland?
So a lum is a chimney. So it's like, it's basically saying you hope somebody lives for a long time. Like long may your chimney smoke.
Yeah, I think that sums up quite well.
Lang may your lum reek. Nice.
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, there's loads of good ones, but off the top of my head, don't have them. We're going to do this quiz now.
Yep, how are you feeling?
Terrible.
Okay.
You just got an unbelievable run last week, and
I can't believe Chris Hoy. I think Chris Hoy, and I said Craig. It's because I knew it was a C. I knew it was a C.
For a second, can we just very briefly talk about Chris Hoy?
Yeah,
Now
absolutely.
that you've said it,
Absolutely.
what a bloody legend Chris Hoy is.
Unbelievable.
For anyone that doesn't know, Chris Hoy is, I think he is still no, he's not. Laura Kenny's our greatest ever Olympian now, but Chris Hoy is our Scotland's greatest ever Olympian. For sure, and I think he's Britain's second greatest ever Olympian. He's a track cyclist, very, very famous. Anyone that's watched Olympics, anywhere in the world will know Chris Hoy. Like, big thighs, absolute monster, humble. Does a lot of punditry now for cycling, and you'll have seen him in Paris there working. And he was ill before it, and this was obviously the start of it. And I just wonder, I don't know how long he's known about it, or whether he did the Olympics and got that out of the way, and now he's announcing it. But so positive. Do you see some of the quotes he said?
Oh, it's just
like how lucky he's going about how lucky he is that there's medicines that give him a bit more time.
Most foragers don't supply sheep and cattle with enough cobalt, copper, iodine and selenium, critical to digestion, immunity, reproduction and growth. When it comes to supplementation, there's a danger of under or oversupply. But when bolusing with Animax Tracesure, you can be sure every animal has enough for up to 6 months in one single application. Animax, giving what it takes.
Okay, I think we've waffled enough nonsense for a Friday. Iona's going to quiz me now. I was feeling confident until Iona smashed it last week. She's now sitting second.
Will you be honest if you've heard these questions before?
Well, I shouldn't have heard them before.
No, you shouldn't have. Okay.
Are you timing it as well?
Yes.
I feel I should time myself.
Why?
Jokes. Right. Am I keeping the score though?
No, I'll do that.
You can't do that and read. I'll keep it in my fingers.
Right, okay.
They'll be able to hear it. It's not like I can cheat. They'll be able to hear if it's...
Oh, no, I wouldn't think you would cheat.
No,
you wouldn't cheat.
No, listen, I can take a beating.
The Killing Moon was a 1984 single by which post-punk group from Liverpool?
Pulp Fiction.
Echo and the Bunnymen.
That's a film.
Which has the largest diameter, the Earth or the Sun?
The Sun.
Yes. What was the ring name of American actor and former professional wrestler Dwayne Johnson?
The Rock.
Columbus, Cleveland and Cincinnati are major cities in which US state?
Ohio.
Yeah. In fashion, which B is a style of cut which is squarish or chunky in style or appearance?
Bootleg.
Boxy.
Boxy.
Get that finger down.
Oh, sorry.
Indigo is the largest airline in which country in terms of passengers carried?
Indigo's India.
Yes. Brothers Danny and Richard McNamara formed which West Yorkshire rock band in 1990?
Blur. That's Scottish. I don't know.
Embrace. Which US filmmaker won the Academy Award for Best Director for the films Saving Private Ryan and Schindler's List?
Oh, Spielberg.
Yep.
These are good questions.
Which planet is the largest in the solar system?
Jupiter.
Yeah.
Big ring.
Which of the well-known television presenter duo Ant and Dec is the oldest?
Deck.
Yes. Which was the nationality of the two botanists who first described the disease that devastated elm trees throughout Europe and North America in the second half of
Canadian.
the 20th century? Dutch. As of December 2016, which GM is the oldest living former British Prime Minister?
John Major.
People Will Say We're in Love is a show tune taken from which Rodgers and Hammerstein musical?
Greece.
Oklahoma. Often abbreviated to PI, which is the name for a person who can be hired to carry out...
Private investigator.
Yes. Who was the President of the United States for the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969?
Pass.
Richard Nixon. True or false? The first written
True.
reference to... False.
Right. I had
Time.
time for another one. No, I said it. You just laughed. That's why I said true, because it gave me time for another one.
What are you at?
9.
No, you're not. Are you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what I thought. Just have a guess at that. I thought
Right,
give it
okay,
a guess.
no, yeah, I'll give you... Okay, fine.
I have to think. I think we've had these. See, when you said John Major, I think we've had these questions. Because I think Ashley said John Major to one that I didn't get. I think we've had these questions. What round are you on?
I don't think we have. It was the John Major answer that I recognised, but I wonder if it must have been... No, because we've not had Boxy.
Right, okay.
Or
Was it
are
John
you
Major
think-
when she said John Major? No, I'm not sure about that. I don't remember the rest of them, but what is the next question? I can't believe we got a true or false one wrong. I thought I'd get that, then that'd give me a chance to get 11.
Dan Castellaneta is an American voice actor best known for which fictional character? I'd be impressed if you got it.
Say it again.
Dan Castellaneta is an American voice actor best known for which fictional character?
Homer Simpson.
Oh, shut up.
Is it? Yes. Well, that's only an American show. I know Trey Parker is South Park. And I know Bart Simpson's.
Right,
I know
so
Bart.
let's
I
go
know
through
Bart.
it. What did you get?
10, is it?
And then, no, that's 9.
And then the last one, Homer Simpson. Was it Homer Simpson you take the
Oh,
piss?
yeah, it was. Oh, no, surely you're not counting that.
How no?
That was after the time and you got...
I had time, it's
and
you
you got me
stalling.
to repeat it twice.
I can repeat it as many times like I've got unlimited time.
How do you have unlimited time? No, you've got 2 minutes.
No, but once you're on the last question, I can ask to repeat that because I'm no rush. I can ask you to repeat any question.
I know, but you wouldn't have if that hadn't been there. But we were over that. Why did you... But why?
That's why I said true, because we had 5 seconds
But it
left
was
to
at
start the next
2:01
question.
when I started that question.
Yeah, but I said true and you went true, and then like so my argument was like I should...
Okay.
We'll see it on the replay, how much time I had.
Okay.
That's a fair one. I feel like that's why I just guessed that because I thought that would give me a chance to get 11, but I didn't get 11.
Mm-hmm. No, 9.
I got 10.
With Homer.
Aye. Mm-hmm. That one's up for debate though. We can look at the clock as it plays.
Yes, okay. That was good.
It's very easy questions. largest planet.
But
in hindsight, is easy.
You could
say the sun and
but
be
you could
confused.
Ant and Dec, you could have easily got that wrong. That was a 50-50.
Yeah, I suppose so was the truth. But then I was quite lucky as well. I had a couple of 50-50s because I had Ant and Dec, and then there was something else that was
True and false.
No, what's bigger, the Earth or the Sun?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, that's like primary
You
school
had 3,
questions.
yeah.
And then there's one that was
Indigo.
Nixon. I probably should have got because you yeah.
Indigo is the largest airline in which country?
Exactly.
India. Do you know what I mean?
That was common
The
sense.
Rock.
The Rock was easy, but that's only easy for me. Not only easy for me, but like, there's a lot of folk wouldn't know that. But I used to watch that growing up. Would you have known that?
Whereas I read it and I'm like, yeah, of course I would have got that, but actually would I have got that?
Yeah.
Do you know? Private Investigator was easy.
No, that's easy. I think they were easy questions.
You say
Much
that.
easier than
I
Martin's.
wouldn't have got Steven Spielberg.
Much
I would have got Boxy. Yeah. Oh, it's so hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got Boxy. I've never heard of that in my life.
No.
Boxy trousers.
No, Boxy top.
What's a top?
Yeah.
All right, never heard of that in my life. Right, okay. So 9 or 10, up for debate. Me, the competitive side of me says 10.
When do we get a chance to have another go at it? I want another go.
I don't think you'd beat that.
Why not?
I think that was just exceptionally good.
Why do you
I'll give you. I don't know. I don't think that 7 is good. Why do you think? Because Martin got 6.
Why do you think that I couldn't beat 7?
I'm not saying you couldn't. I think you'd be lucky to beat 7.
Why?
Because the questions need to fall right. Because it's a really good score. Like I've said, I was lucky to get 9 or 10. Like because the questions were very good. I wouldn't have got 9 or 10 on Martin's questions. No chance. I genuinely, I would not. I'd have got about the same as. In fact, I think I did his ones, and I get 6 or 7 maybe. Right, let me see. Have we got any more questions I could do?
You made me want to beat my score so much.
But I did beat it. Okay, so dubious there. I can accept I'm competitive. I just want to beat Graham. To
You
be honest
do.
with you. Not beat him. I can only draw with him if they give me it, but I think I deserve it. Anyway, referee will decide. Actually, when she's editing, can look at the clock and she can be the final decision. Anyway, that's it for this one, folks. Sorry for keeping you. I've been Cammy.
I've been Iona.
And we're all fed by farmers.
All right, give us a minute.